Okay, poly pipe laying guide, whatever you want to fucking call it. This video is purely for future reference, so that if I ever need to find the fucking things, maybe if I stick it up on YouTube, it'll still be there when I can't bloody find where I put the pipe 10 years time. Anyway, joined on round about here in this gateway. Pretty easy to follow the trencher mark now. Tap inserted. Trencher, trencher, trencher. So channel, fence. Of course it's easier to see after 3 inches of rain. Come through this gateway to this point, teed off to that trough, straight up the middle of the track that way, and yeah, then we'll pick the video up the other end. And in the meantime, underground cable from that gateway across to that one. Alright, fairly obvious where that one goes. Under the fence, around that side of the trough. Short run teed back to that trough. Through the gateway, around the corner, and up the track. Now I'll just disappear there if you're not careful. Like I said, 3 inches of rain certainly makes things disappear. So yeah, it's about that line right up to the bitumen, and we'll pick you up there. Well, it was pretty much a straight line back up here. I have tried to re-gravel it before the rain, since we had this one done about 2 days before it started pissing down. Pretty much about there, I think. Being that the trencher needed room to stay away from the channel bank. So pretty much there, straight up to the gateway. And we'll pick you up there again. Down there, pretty much here. Tees off just there. So right there in the gateway. Goes through the gateway. and soft. Around the corner, up to the fence, and then it was just a simple tee just across there. So that was all done pre-rain. Grab this fucking shovel. Yesterday, teed off here. And fairly self-explanatory, I would imagine. Straight down the track to the next lot of troughs. I'll pick you up down there. Down the track. Teed off here. Right there. Straight to that trough, to the back of that trough, teed to there, tee here, straight through that gateway to that trough. Another tee here, so the first one was there. Second one here. This will go to a riser for a tree line, and then it will tee over to that trough and onwards. So we'll fill that one in Tuesday when he comes back. Straight up there, unfortunately. I had wanted him to go up that side of the fucking track, but anyway. Because then you wouldn't have had to have crossed the bloody thing up there. Could have just teed off in that gateway, round that corner, up the track, up that side. But no. Anyway. Up the track here. Around the corner here, through that gateway, which was wet, very wet. Now I've got no fucking idea what went there. But all I can tell you is that pump over there is turned off. Those two pumps are turned off. When you turn them back on, nothing comes out of there. So I don't know. Anyway. So now all I will do is join in with a tap to there, and that will go back into the line for those. So then it will be linked from Kinloch to Kinloch West. So that's stage one. Right, best I can determine, that 2-inch one, there, elbow through T-piece, and that runs up the side of the unit and around the corner. Don't know where this 1.25" one goes. That 2-inch one goes under there. Out the corner and across to where David was. Right, corner yards. We'll put one across T in there because it got tight, even though he reckons he could fix that. Didn't find any pipe going up to the bloody pivot pump there at all. So I don't know where that goes. Trenched up here. Went through 3, 4 1-inch pipes. From the trough there to the green trough there, which goes out to the concrete troughs. So rather than going through that way over to there, decided to go out through the gateway in a straight line between the two troughs. This one, thought fuck it, we'll pick it up off the 2-inch line. That's where it went through a couple of 2 1-inch pipes side by side. One possibly had to have headed around the back there to do those troughs. The 2-inch line that magically turned into a 75mm metric line that also wasn't dug very deep. So hence when he was trying to find it with his little backhoe thing, found that bit, or those bits. So join it, poly welded and joined on there. So slowly getting there, and that one comes off of this line here. Those 1-inch ones that did have water in them obviously came off of that one, which came out of there, so now I've capped that, so that turns them off. I don't know, well, I don't know why both had water. One had water anyway, which would have gone to the troughs around there. Getting there eventually. 2-inch pipe picked up from up the other side of the willow tree. 1.25". Through the gateway. T's off here. 1. Around through the gateway to the trough, which then goes to up in front of the tree. So we'll run a tree line down that will finish off the tree line. The other one runs down to this trough. Okay, more water pipes. So that one is the drainage, guttering, which goes through that tap, through that line, across the Lucerne, up the drain about where the truck is. It's where the excavator got it, and over to the big tank. So now we've got that line there. So if you put a pump on the big tank, if you want to use the water elsewhere other than pump it back into the tanks at the stables, turn that tap off, turn that tap on. This line now goes 2-inch line around here. There's a disused power cable here somewhere. Across here. Pretty much from the pole to around the side of the shed. It's the power cable for the shed. So we went around here. Round about there somewhere, maybe, was an 1.5 gal pipe, which obviously did the old house somewhere. Came from the pump. So we've disconnected the 1.5 line, which went to the trough out in the Lucerne paddock there, and teed the 2-inch one from the big tank into the pump line, which means now when there's no channel water, if you don't have bore water, or if you want to use good tank water, we get a pressure pump over there of some description. It's a simple matter of running the water, turning the pump off there. Well, you can either turn that tap off too, run that water back through that line and back around over there. It's also been decided to finish putting that 2-inch line rather than leave it on top of the ground there. I'll dig that bit out, run it around here, around the side of the tree. Geez, could get a little bit closer. Fitting is over there, or there somewhere. Yep, over there. So I guess I've got to dig this bit out by hand here, run the pipe through there so it can all be buried properly. Okay, final piece of the puzzle. Where the riser comes up. Over there for the tree line. There is a T there, which I tapped into this morning. The line runs to there, T's over to that trough. Side of the track, yet to determine which side of the fence that will be. Fucking flies, piss off you bastards. And rather than crossing the pipe here, out through the drain. Fence came up there, teed off. Was there from the tree line, teed off to come up over there. Up there and basically up the, not quite the middle of the track, but up the track to the two last troughs and the tap at the very end of the line for the vacuum pump on the spew point. Straight across here. Bloody phone. But you can see just to the left of the pine post, the riser with the tap. So it was straight to there. Then a short run from that trough teed there and teed off here under the fence with a little run from the left hand side of that trough back. So that's pretty much it. So the purpose of all of this is so that I have a future reference. And if need be, I know where the bloody hell the pipes are for any future trenching. So it might be as boring as batshit video, but that's the reason why it's been put together.